Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're doing well. Today you join me in my Porsche 911. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I did a video revealing having bought the new car and fitted the new wheels and spacers, so this car's looking pretty awesome on the outside. And today I'm intending to fit two of my biggest issues with this car, which is the steering wheel and the radio navigation system, which in my opinion is very dated looking. This steering wheel just does not do it for me. It's really thin. It's got this horrible triangular airbag. It's a Triptronic gearbox, obviously, so it's got the buttons on the front for up and down. And yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. So we're going to get that changed. And I'm also putting in an aftermarket radio in here. So shall we have a look what we're going to fit? I still can't get over how much better this car looks with the black Carrera 19-inch alloy wheels on there and the spacers. Yes, the fitment is loads better. Anyway, steering wheel. I have got myself a 997.2. So basically an updated steering wheel. This is a PDK steering wheel, which has been retrimmed in Alcantara with a nice red Alcantara centerline. And of course I've had to get a new airbag as well, so it's got this nice, far more modern looking wheel with a nice round airbag. Plus it's got still a PDK, sorry, a Tiptronic style, because it's got up and down on both sides, but it's now push for up and pull for down rather than both being on the front. So it just looks so much neater and more modern. And then I've got a radio which I've had for quite a while actually and was in our smart car. It's a Pioneer SPH-DA120. So I had this in a recovery truck at one point, and then I had it in our smart car, which we use for running to and from MOTs, and it's sign written with Cars Bought for More. Shout out Cars Bought for More, my business. If you're looking to sell your car, check out the website. We'll take it from there. And I didn't really use its full features, but it has Bluetooth music and yeah, DAB, I think. But what I really wanted to use it for was Apple CarPlay. You do need to plug it in for that Apple CarPlay to work, so you can have your text messages, WhatsApp, things like that come up on the screen and speak to you rather than trying to use your phone while you're driving. And it will also do like maps directly from your phone, and you can operate everything from the head unit rather than from your phone, which is a nice feature. But I never really installed it properly. I'm quite lazy when it comes to this sort of stuff. Luckily for me, Dan is quite keen to help out with this project. He is very much a fan of the Porsche as it's developing, and this sort of job, things inside cars, fiddly little bits, are right up his street. So that's good, because I'm incredibly ham-fisted and I've got zero patience when it comes to working in tight spaces and things like that. So I'll probably end up breaking something. So Dan's going to help me out, and hopefully by the end of this video, we'll have an awesome new steering wheel and a new radio, and make this car feel 10 times more modern. Let's go. How do you get into it? I just remembered I took the battery off, and then I thought, oh, we're going to have to turn this.
As long as the pins are at the bottom of the steering wheel, then we should be all good. There's just two holes at the bottom.
You've got to spin it, haven't you?
No, you can do it dead upright on these ones, as far as I understand.
Get out of the way.
That's the one. Oh, it's always alarming popping airbags out. Right, what have we got back here? One Porsche airbag. Hand it over to you, sir. Right, so now I need a multi-spline Torx piece.
Okay.
Like, that's like a... do I have one of those? I might have. Let me go and see what I've got in my toolbox.
Because I'm putting in the head unit, I am losing the steering wheel controls, but A, race spec, Alcantara, full race modes, don't need switches, and they were for things like the sat-nav and whatever, and although I have bought a decent kit for keeping the steering wheel controls, it's one of those trade-offs, isn't it? It was £400 for this steering wheel, £300 for the airbags, 700 quid. I could have had a leather one with an airbag for, let's say, similar sort of money, and it would have had the switches as well, but I'm not sure I'm that fussed. Definitely prefer the Alcantara. And I think with the head unit I've got, because it plugs in everything and you operate everything on the screen, it's not going to matter, but we'll see.
Right, we have the tools. Now I need a Sharpie as well.
Do you want me to see if we've got a paint pen?
Just a thin Sharpie.
Thin one?
Yeah, just so I
What
can
about
mark.
normal ones?
Just so I can mark the spline. Right. Ah, that was nice. We won't do the classic mistake of hitting ourselves in the face with a steering wheel.
Oh, go on.
So, before we actually pull the steering wheel off, what we're going to do is take a Sharpie.
Do you need to get it straight first, yeah? No? No. Every time I've ever seen anyone do this, they always put the steering wheel straight first.
If it's lined up on the shaft with where the steering wheel.
Yeah.
At the same
I know.
At the same time, different steering wheels going in.
Yes, a different steering wheel is going in, yeah.
So the marking that it's marked.
You just got to remember that you put it in the same place. I get that. I just thought if it's dead upright, it's dead upright.
Now, before we yank it off and punch ourselves in the face with the steering wheel, we'll put the centre nut back in. And hopefully, oh, look at that. Unlike every other car that I've ever had to pull a steering wheel off, because it's a Porsche, it just comes off nicely. Should hold fire for Joe. Well, hold fire for Joe. Let's, without him looking, let's just put it on a second and just see. Oh, this has got a centre line on it. Yeah, I've just marked a centre line as well, so this should be. Oh, first time. First time. Mate, that looks banging. That looks properly banging. Sorry, you need nothing. You don't see anything here. Are you back now?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, cool. Cool. We were just testing it out before you came.
Okay.
So, excellent. Right, you ready?
So let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, fortunately, the new steering wheel has actually got a centre marker on it, unlike the old steering wheel. So the two lines that I've just made should make my life a lot easier. Now let's get this lined up. Looks like the right one. No, it's slightly off. There we go. Nope. That's the one. So that lines up nicely.
Oh, better already.
We definitely have a plug here that I don't know what that does, but
What's that, on the steering wheel or on the front of the
on the
touchscreen?
no, on the new steering wheel, there's a plug that I definitely don't.
Oh, I bet you it's
Don't
for the
have.
because on the top of this
Might be
steering
for the
wheel, it's
PDK.
got, like sports mode, launch control lights.
Oh, I didn't
And
see
that
all those
that
little bits in
lights
there.
up. Yeah. So if you had the PDK,
That's probably what that's for. Well, what I will say is it already looks nicer.
yeah.
Looks amazingly nice, and especially when
I love a bit of Alcantara.
Alcantara.
Alan and Alcantara.
Right. You don't need to go over the top with these. Just snug it up.
I won't.
That's it.
Sweet.
So we should now be able to plug this back in.
Jordan, I stand back while he does this because
Right, and so that we're just gonna
I'm joking. You don't need to move.
we're gonna let that stay there.
Moment of truth is going to be like we know it'll fit. The moment of truth is will it change gears via the shifters?
And does the airbag still work? You'll need to
Oh,
crash.
does the horn still work as well?
Well, we ready?
Yeah.
That's where the explode
Nice.
is.
There we go.
Nice. Look at
Well,
that.
I think before we even tackle this,
Yeah, we need to turn it on and check the.
yeah, but I would also like to get out the driver's
Yeah.
seat before we put power to the car. Full faith in my in the work I've just done. No. I've had airbags go off on me before. I don't need that to happen again. That looks.
What we should do, not with this Porsche one, but the next car we scrap,
Set the
should we
airbags
do
off.
an airbag demonstration? Because me and Dan went to college together, and
Yep.
they set off an airbag, and it has put the fear of absolute Christ into me ever since. Because it is like a hand grenade going off, basically, and that's going to be in your face. So we should do that one day.
Yeah, yeah.
12 volt to it, and
Your cameraman.
feels nice. Okay, so. So this model, you have to hold it until you want the horn. And
Can I have
then drive along
Can I
like
have
this.
to reverse the horn cables on the car?
Well, let's check the gears first, shall we?
Not whilst you're holding the horn.
It also says we've got PSM failure. I don't know what PSM is. But
Power steering module.
Porsche steering module. Well, do I start it anyway and try it with the
You should be
horn?
able to select a gear without it actually started.
I doubt it. Put it into manual.
Hang on, let me
Right, let's sort this first.
let's sort that out
'cause
first.
It's pretty annoying. Do you want to just disconnect the battery then?
One sec. Cock.
Oh, sorry. Welcome back. So, we've celebrated Christmas now. It's about a week later, probably. We didn't manage to finish up what we were doing, didn't get anywhere near doing the radio. So, we're back in, gonna get that done now. We got the steering wheel in, managed to fix the horn, and that is all working as it should do now. Turns out there's a little magnet in there. This is Otis. That was in the wrong place. So we managed to fix that. And the only thing that doesn't work now on the steering wheel is the shifters. But we think hopefully once we've done with the radio, we'll plug in the diagnostics and we might be able to program them in to get them working. Hopefully, if not, might need another control module, but we'll see. I'm hopeful it shouldn't need them, but that's the next bridge to cross after we've sorted the radio. So let's get the radio out.
What are you doing?
We have removed.
It has been put through here.
Yeah, that's right, I just need to upload. We've removed the remainder of the Dention Bluetooth adapter kit,
You could just have it dangling here and then just have it as a microphone whilst it's driving.
which has been. Whoever fitted it did a very nice job. It was very well fitted, but
Probably voice insulation.
it doesn't need any of this garbage in here anymore.
What is it? Microphone. And then there should be a USB connection for it as well. And the actual, where's the actual radio?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Lovely. It's probably a way to find out that we could have reused the microphone that was in there, they've just taken out. Because this should have come with one. And also, yeah, so it's got a USB connection on the back. Oh, my darling other half is here. What the fuck is she on?
Hello. Okay. All right, talk to video.
What's getting all right, darling? Come in, you can make the thumbnail.
Hey, right.
Yes, concentration.
I don't think this is gonna work. Oh, that didn't sound good, did it? Good thing it's not my car.
So what have we got left to do, Dan?
Well, Joe wants an iPhone connector put in, which is fine, apart from the fact that I don't really have any room to work with to get a drill in there. If he bought a normal cable that was just straight, life would be a lot easier. Unfortunately, there's a kink in it. And then we can put that microphone that I just took back out, back in.
That's tape, mate.
Here we are.
Oh, hello.
Genuine fake. Great value company.
Where did you find that?
I got it out of my Range Rover.
Oh, right.
Took it out of my Porsche.
So what's going on?
I was just putting this back in. We need one of these. There was one in the car, but then Dan took it out, which is great because I get to put it back in. So I'll probably make him do it actually because I don't know what I'm doing. Can you remember which side it was on?
I know it ran this way though, because that's where this is at. Done.
I mean, frankly, it could go right by the radio, couldn't it? Why does it need to be up there? It could go there. Still going to hear my voice.
Depends on whether you want to see it.
That would be what I would do, but then I am lazy. So. Trance anthems. More trance anthems.
That is one downside. My CD player doesn't work.
Does it not?
No. You try to eject and it just doesn't do anything. Try to skip, it doesn't do anything.
I'd say have the one out of ours, our track one, because we don't use the CD player in that, but I don't like you enough.
Thanks.
It's okay, I like to be honest. It would be quite nice to get a, this should support like a rear view camera thing, I think.
Yes, yeah, it does. You've got a video
One of those, isn't there? Not that you really need it on this, I suppose, but...
Still be a nice feature to have, isn't it?
The only downside with that, I guess, is...
Okay, I'm going to need that Porsche connector plug. Okay.
Do you want me to grab that?
Yeah, if you could, mate, that'd be lovely. It's the one that's in the box next to the drill.
The big one?
Big one, yeah.
This is why I bought the expensive kit, 150 quid. All the other kits wouldn't have come with that.
Hopefully, the plug adapter on here is the right size, because that's massive. The only issue we have is we don't have an aerial.
There's an aerial adapter, isn't there?
Oh, is there an adapter? Ooh.
In the box thing here.
Wow, there's so many cables trying to fit in here. Is that? Oh yeah, mega, wicked, perfect.
It's leaving now. I'm actually sad. I'm actually very sad.
Yeah, one of our more favoured cars. Oh yeah, he's obviously just put that in sport mode.
Yeah. Easy on floor, 100%.
Nice little M135i. Very restrained.
Yeah.
So there we go, guys. It's been a tricky video to film, this one, and I'm not a million miles ahead of where we started. New steering wheel is fitted. It feels amazing, looks great. We managed to get the horn working. Obviously, when we first put it in, the horn was constantly going. Figured out that there's inside the airbag, there's a magnet which actually operates the horn system. So when it's pushed in, it's in line with a switch. It operates. It must have just been wedged in the wrong place. So I've got that, we took that apart, while Dan took it apart, I got in there, fiddled around with the thing. Steph, one of the mechanics here at Berma, has also helped. That's in, so the horn is now all working. The shifters are not though. I was under the impression that if I just swapped it straight over, this should work, but it hasn't. Either I need some coding on the PIWIS system, which is like the Porsche diagnostics type thing, or I might need to get a new control module, or I can't even call them, like stalk module for the steering column. It's going to be like a couple hundred quid to make those work. Whichever it's got to be, you know, it's got to be. It's unfortunate. It's going to cost maybe another couple hundred quid, but that's Porsche life, I guess. The stereo is in again. It looks absolutely awesome. Everything seems to be working as it should, other than there is no sound whatsoever. There is no speakers, because when we've come to put the harness in, there's no speaker wires. It took a bit of head scratching. Turns out, because this is quite a well-equipped 911 and it comes with the Bose sound system, everything is run on amps as opposed to just being directly powered from the head unit. So you need an amp decoder or translator or whatever the hell it's called. Again, like another 100, 200 quid, which plugs into the harness of the new stereo and converts it to a fiber, I think, sound pattern to go to the amplifier, which is under the driver's seat, which then powers all the speakers. Good news is we're going to have an amazing sound system. Everything else is set up. It's in the head unit surround that I've got. Looks great. It's a really good match, and everything fits in. It's just really nice, neat unit. Really pleased with it. The only other thing I want to change is consider getting rid of the Porsche telephone. You can either get a different side panel to replace it completely, or perhaps I'll try and make a mobile phone holder out of that. So I'm really looking forward to getting A, the controls working, and B, the head unit, sound system, everything working. But unfortunately that's not going to be this video, and there's no sense trying to drag it out. It's taken us, we've been doing this in between other jobs over 3 different days in between Christmas and over Christmas and whatever. So now we've got to wait for this amplifier decoder or whatever it's called, and I think I'm going to call my local sort of Porsche specialist and see what they say about the steering wheel, whether they think they can code it or whether I need to get this other control module. And I think it's going to be the control module, because Dan was saying there seems to be a plug in there and no socket, or no socket and a plug or something. Either way, I think there's something missing there. So I think we're probably going to need the control module, but it's looking awesome. I'm so happy with how it's all going. So we can certainly revisit this, because I have got new seats on the way for this car. I'm hoping they'll arrive in the first week or two of January. So we'll get those fitted in, and around about the same time in the same video, we'll make sure that these buttons on the steering wheel are all working, so that we've got our shifters working and the sound system, so we can kind of demonstrate all of that. Make sure you're subscribed, so you'll see when that video is released. And beyond that, I've got a road trip coming up in this. I'm going to be going to France on the Eurotunnel in this car in February 2023. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you please like the video. It really helps out the channel. Leave a comment. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.